So today I got a new head unit for the Del Sol. These things are so cheap nowadays. This was like 50 bucks. And I got the wiring harness in my place here. And I'm going to be putting this in the Del Sol so I can connect my phone right to this instead of using the cigarette outlet adapter thing, because the audio is a little bit crackly. And I just figured I'd do some soldering on live, just because it's not really interesting enough to make a video about, but maybe someone will hop in and start commenting, who knows. Hmm. There's a bunch of people hopping on now. Just got a head unit for my 93 Honda. Gonna do some soldering. Not really cool enough to make a video about, but I figured I'd hop on live. Hello family. Hello Leshy. I am making the wiring harness up for a stereo. It's gonna go in my car. It's not going very well. I do have a frog down here. Actually, I have a toad. I'll show them to you in a second here. Wow, is this going poorly? anyone have any good recommendations for soldering here? This is just ridiculous. Pretty good. Hey Dad, I'm putting together the wiring harness for the head unit I got for the Del Sol. Oh, my shrink wrap got too small. Wire's still sticking out. Electrical tape it is. All right, next wire. This is going to take forever to do this. I'm going to do halves on the shrink tubing. I think I did thirds for the first one. And that is just not going to be big enough. Halves is better. Remember to put this on here before I solder. I want a second vise here to hold this other set of wires. Never have enough hands for soldering. Oh, I forgot I was going to go get you a frog. I wonder if that guy's still on here. Hold on a second. Hey, Lashy, here's the frog, buddy. Grandpa's solder is running low. It's alright though. I think this is the lead solder. It always gives me a headache when I use it. Works good, but it gives me a headache. the sniffles right now. Had a cold the last couple of days. Probably sniffling really loud into the microphone. Almost had the soldering iron sitting on my Bic lighter. I don't know what would happen if a soldering iron went through a Bic lighter, but I bet it wouldn't be good. The shrink wrap isn't quite small enough for this wire. Alright, there's 2 wires done, about 1 million to go. Wow, I can't believe this. There are 57 people on here. Not enough people leaving comments, though. Someone leave a comment. What are you thinking? Okay, the purples are done. What do I move on to next here? Gray and black and gray, I think. They're on the opposite side. What's up with that? I gotta go blow my nose real quick. I'm losing my concentration here. Alright, back better than ever. Okay, so I'll start with this gray one here. You'd be surprised how thin the wire is on these new wiring harnesses for stereos. You could just rip it with your fingers and it's not copper. Like all the wiring in my car is going to be heavy gauge copper. And then I'm just soldering it to this probably iron wire. Watched an interesting video the other day. Oh, almost forgot the shrink tubing. Someone remind me if I forget the shrink tubing again. I was on TikTok live for a little while, but it's not really my audience, I don't think. There were people hopping on to see what was going on, but the TikTok crowd is just a young crowd that doesn't care about stuff like this as much. Jeez. Try to like splay the wires out and twist them together before I solder, but the wires are different sizes, and these other wires are just so thin. It's tough. It'll work either way. The gob of solder I'm going to put on here is going to be massive. All right. Yeah, the Del Sol car speakers, I just put new speakers in there, kicker speakers. I think they're 6s in the doors, and they're pretty good speakers, but the head unit that's in there from 93 just isn't putting power to them the way that it needs to, so that's why we're going in for the upgrade here. Alright, well, I have to say this is looking better than the first two, so that's good. Oh, that's a good connection. I like this shrink wrap too because it kind of helps hold the wires together. Even though the solder should be doing that, it just kind of makes it a little more secure once it cools down, which is nice. There's gotta be a better way to do this, maybe. I'm holding that gray wire. Who knows the trick to this? Because I'm totally making this look hard. I've seen where people have had like little like alligator clips on little wires where they can like solder that way. That would be nice, but I don't have any of those. Where do I look here? I swear I have some alligator clips on there. Alright, we're going to try a new strategy, I think. Take that out of there. Get this one vice out of here. I'm going to have the alligator clips. Oh, this might work. Alright. Gray with a black stripe here. Oh, they're a little close together. With a gray stripe here. Oh, that's the solution there. But I'm wiring the harness for my stereo. No one reminded me to put the shrink tubing on. It's too late now. All right. Yeah, those alligator clips pinched a hole right in the insulation on this wire. It's not good. Oh, I did have a shrink wrap. Perfect. I'll throw that right over the electrical tape. Double protection. Beautiful. Alright, what colors am I heading to now? Maybe white and white with a black stripe, since I'm working my way across here. There's the white. Start with that one, I guess. Shrink tubing. Let's get that on there. I should just do that to all these wires before I forget. So how's everyone's Saturday afternoon going? Or not afternoon, depending where you are, I guess. Is anyone doing anything cool? Put it in the comments. Someone has to be doing something cooler than this. Put it in the comments so we can talk about it. There's 100 people on here. I know someone's doing something cool. Wow, I'm turning into a professional here. I normally like to take a towel and get the crap off my soldering iron every once in a while. Okay. Like I said, this tubing is a little too big for this. Still better than electrical tape, but a little big. Alright. Well, this little setup with 2 alligator clips is working really well, so I recommend that to people, for sure. Alright, so I think the next thing I'm going to do here is cut the shrink wrap tubing for the rest of these and put it on there so I don't forget. Let's see how many I need. 120 people on here. No one's doing anything interesting. Someone has to want to put something in the comments. Anyone, who's the brave soul that wants to leave something in my comments? 100 people are going to see this. 100 people. Are you willing to divulge this type of information for the masses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more to go. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holy smokes, we're not even halfway done. So I need to cut 4 of these to make 8. Alright. Yeah, normally I like to set up the old fan that I have whenever I pull the soldering iron out. It definitely makes the solder not work as good, but it's worth it to not get a headache from the fumes of the solder. It's kind of like welding. You want to heat up your welds before you, or heat up your metal before you weld on them. Makes for better welds. It's kind of the same with solder. If you're just hitting it with a cold fan the whole time, it doesn't solder as nice, it seems like. I'm going to plug this in though. I don't know if I showed this before. I think someone in the comments one time told me this is from the 1940s. It's kind of cool. Almost stuck my hand in here a few different times. It's not as safe as the newer ones. Sears Roebuck. I'll plug that in back here. Keep the air moving a little bit. Oh, is that blowing right in the headphones? I feel like it probably is. Yeah, alright. Nah, I don't like it. There, that's gonna be good. Tearing out our master closet. Patching holes, sanding tomorrow, putting a second coat of spackling. It's a fun weekend project. Okay, black and white next. If I remember, will show you the channel project I've been working on for the last little while. Working on the backwards bike. So, I don't think I shared that on the channel at all yet. I took a bicycle and I put gears on it, so when you turn right, you go left, and when you turn left, you go right. And that's been kind of cool. I think I'm going to need to get some people to sign a waiver, and then I'll have them try that over at the beach this summer. That'll be a fun video, I think. Okay. Fan helped a little bit. I need to point it in a different direction here. Okay. Okay, the alligator clip setup is working good. For those of you who haven't been here for a long time, I took some alligator clamps and clamped them into this vise, and that's how I'm holding my 2 wires that I'm soldering. Been working out great. Okay, what's after the white? Orange and yellow. Start with the yellow, I guess. Oh, this wire is heavier than the other ones. 12 volt only. Use original connector. We're not doing that. Okay. So for those of you who are not subscribers, I basically just hang out in the basement and work on various projects. Every once in a while I redo a chainsaw. Haven't worked up the energy to do one of those in a while, but I do have a couple carb kits. I actually thought not too recently that I might start on one of those again. Mini bike project, I got that thing painted last week or the week before, but it's been really cold out, so I haven't gone to ride that for the video yet. And that turned out really cool though. There are a couple of videos on the channel about that. RC speedboat, which is, I guess you can't see it, but it's on a shelf off to my right. Turned out cool. The bay isn't frozen anymore, so pretty soon I'm going to go over and run that. It's like a 50cc 2-cycle speedboat RC that I redid over the winter. That was a fun project, but I wanted to wait till the water got a little bit warmer because I think I'm going to take my kayak. I have a gut feeling that thing's going to end up stalling out in the middle of the lake, and I'm going to have to go fish it out of there. Okay, yellow and then orange. Where'd my orange go? I don't have an orange, so I guess we'll see about that later. It's after yellow and orange. We're getting combobulated here. Get out of there. Well, I have red, blue. Oh, let's do the green and green with black stripe next. That'll be easy. Trying to go in order here. Green and black. And green and black. Excuse me. So, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I try to put out a video on Saturday mornings when I put out a video now, just to kind of keep things on a schedule. Not every Saturday morning, but quite a few Saturday mornings I'll put out a video. And then I think I'm about a month running on short videos, which are usually a minute or less, that I post on all my different social media platforms at 7 a.m. on weekdays. And those have been fun. Usually just, I don't know, whatever I'm working on and thinking about, I'll film and throw on there. They're cool sometimes. Oh, that didn't turn out as good as I wanted it to. Come on, little buddy. That is pretty good. I don't think this blue shop rag is really what I should be using to do this. I should probably be using a cloth rag or something. I burnt a hole with the tip of the soldering iron in this box. I know it'll help. Put a donk on it. Not sure what a donk is, but you can let me know, and I'll see if I have one laying around here. think on my truck I shrink wrapped everything and then I wrapped it in electrical tape when I was done. Maybe I'll do that with this too. I don't want my car to catch on fire or anything. Not that I think it would, but it doesn't hurt to be safe, I guess. Cue the baseline. Yeah, I try to be very conservative with the music I put on my YouTube channel because even like I've seen demonetization because I'll be like walking around a store or something talking and in the background there will be some music and AI will pick up on that music and get rid of my monetization, which isn't what I'm after. Get down there. They do make these really cool connectors. I don't know if you've seen them. They're like quick connectors. And they have little solder bubbles inside of them. It's like little plastic crimp connectors, and they have solder bubbles inside of them. Put your wires through, you crimp it, and then you heat it up, and the solder melts, connects your two wires. I thought those are cool, but I'm pretty sure they're expensive, and I don't have any, so we do it the old-fashioned way. Looks like we have a sock eater in the comments here. Primsby. I don't think I've seen that guy in the comments before. You've been around on the channel, Primsby? I think this is the first time I've ever heard from you. Oh, you make 3D printed lamps? That's kind of cool. I have a 3D printer I use for some different things here. It's like black and blue are the next two. Start with blue, I guess. First time for Primsby. Primsby, go ahead and subscribe. And stop over and hang out for a good time. So I don't know, this blue one has some black wiring on top of it. I don't know what exactly that means, so I'm gonna have to read the instructions, and I'll just skip that one for now, and I'll do black. Big beefy black, probably the ground. And in my short experience with grounds on stereos, if you don't get them right, you have like a whistle coming from your engine that comes through your speakers, which isn't great. So a lot of times you can run a ground from your head unit to the body of your car, and that'll cut down on the whistle. But a good ground connection is pretty important for stereos. I have a Creality Ender 3, and I got it in college probably like 5 years ago or so, and I've printed a lot of stuff with it, and it's still working great. And I just recently got a laser engraver too, which has been fun. I had an X leave me before a big... Calm down, buddy. Calm down. This isn't my first time soldering. It's probably like my 10th. Are you not impressed? Are you offering to help? You can stop on over. Okay. What else is happening on the channel? Let me think for a second here. Oh. There's definitely some videos in the works right now. I have a fair bit of editing I need to work on. My goodness. Yes, I do have shrinks. So that way when my terrible connections are arcing all over the place, my car doesn't start on fire. See, now that looks pretty darn good. See, now I think most people that are doing car stereos are probably just going to take these things and twist the wires together and slap some electrical tape on there. At least I'm doing one better than that, you know? I think this will probably be fine. See, now there are some people leaving comments here. And I always think it's weird when people come into YouTube's lives and they watch for like a half hour and they don't say anything, because it's like, you're basically just sitting there staring at me doing this, which I guess is fine, but I'm trying to drive discussion and a sense of community and fellowship here. Alright. Blue, I said we're going to skip. Let's move on to red, I guess. Okay. What the heck? These moved really far apart. What the heck? Get back in there. Okay. So what did this guy say? Heat up the wire. Flux. So I'm not actually using flux, I just have flux core wire. But I have heard that you're supposed to heat up the wire and not touch the solder. So maybe if I put the solder on top and then heat the wire from the bottom, the solder will just kind of work down through. Oh, that was a beautiful joint there. Down to 40 people now. For the people that are really holding down the fort on here, if you haven't been here for that long, what are you doing that's interesting this weekend that you can share with the audience this afternoon? Actually, evening, I guess it's 8 p.m. Twist, add flux, heat wires from the bottom, add the soldering wire. Yes, I think that would be good. I do not think that I have any flux here. I have used flux before. Oh! Melting insulation here. I do need to start twisting the wires though. I think that would be better. Is my solder job bothering you, fellow? Okay. Wonder if that guy left. Hey Primsby, did you leave? Okay, what? Do we have left here? Well, we have the two blues. Let me pull these out to the side so I know which ones I have left. Orange and blue. Those are the only two that aren't connected here now. And I have a blue one, but no orange. What's up with that? Okay, this is when I pull open the manual here. So I like to get my car audio stuff from this company called Crutchfield. They pretty much match Amazon's prices. They'll do returns. Great customer service. You'll actually get a hold of people. They didn't send me any of this stuff for free, by the way. But I got some other audio stuff from them previously too. And then they send you like an instructional for your car. So you go in there, you tell them what kind of car you have and what you're looking for, and they'll give you the stereos compatible with your car and what wiring harness you need based on the stereo you pick out and what car you have. And they'll send you any of the hardware you need, mounting hardware, stuff like that. Like, this is considered a single DIN radio. So if I wanted to put this in a double DIN bay in my car, they would send you like a plastic P-stat in there, stuff like that. But Crutchfield, if nothing else, they're a great reference if you're ordering from somewhere else. They'll let you know if stuff is compatible with your car. That is Spanish, and I speak English. Okay. It's like blue is the power antenna and the amp turn on. Oh, that makes sense. I don't have an amp, so basically that just sends power to your amp to let it know to turn on when you turn on your ignition. And since I don't have an amplifier, I don't think I need to do that. Or do I? No, I don't, because this will come on when I turn on my ignition. So that'll be good. So now I am going to have two bare wires left. I have an orange one and a blue one. Let's see what this orange one is on my harness, because it gave me a little code on the back here. Orange is the dimmer. And the blue is the power antenna. Well, should I hook up the blue or should I not? I'm really on the fence about it. I think the reason that they probably put this piece of wrap on here is because for this specific model of vehicle, this harness might go to multiple vehicles. I don't need it, so that's why they put that on this harness. Don't know that for sure. And a dimmer, I'm going to have to Google that to see what it is, because I do not know. But any bare wires, I usually try to, well, I'm just going to wrap this in electrical tape, just so nothing's shorting out on my frame in there. Petroleum jelly. I probably do have some of that down here. I do appreciate the advice, though. I might try that next time. Okay. Now, what do I have left here? Blue one's terminated. That looks pretty good. I'm debating on whether or not I want to go through here and electrical tape over my shrink wrap. I really don't see a need for it. It's not like this is going to slide on here, so no wires are going to be able to short together. And they didn't burn through any insulation. I did catch some on fire a little bit, but that's no big deal. Okay. There's a video on making the mistletoes if you want to see that. That was a fun project. My buddy has this hanging up year-round in his house, which is kind of cool. So now, this gets plugged into the back of here. And I have to go out to my car and take out the old head unit, and then this should just plug right in. And before I button the whole thing up, I'm going to make sure it works. But I bet it will, because this was pretty straightforward. And then there's always a little fuse in the back of these aftermarket deals. But this is the same unit that I have in my truck, which is why I got it, because I'll be able to program the clock real easily and everything. I wonder if it's still light out. Looks like it's getting dark. This project might have to wait until tomorrow. I'll let you guys hang out while I'm putting some stuff away, though. Maybe some people will warm up to the group chat and say some stuff in there. Oh, I was going to show you the bike, too. I'll do that before we go. I flip the camera here? Yeah, I can. Yeah, so here's the speedboat. Turned out really cool. So I'm going to be taking that out pretty soon here. Here's this fan going. I don't think you could really see it. Always thought it was pretty cool. There's a little oil port on the back there. And what else? Backwards bike. You're the first ones to see this. 96 people are seeing this for the first time. There's another YouTube video I saw on this, having something to do with forming habits, and they say it's really hard to ride one of these. Well, I'm going to ride it, and we're going to see how hard it is. I don't know yet, but that was a fun project. Anything else? I don't think so. I guess I'll mention these drill bits are really nice. I got these Drill Hog drill bits with a lifetime warranty. I don't think I mentioned these on my YouTube channel. It's like 140 bucks up to 1/2 inch in 1/16 inch increments. Drill Hog, lifetime warranty. I just broke my first one the other day, so we're going to see how that lifetime warranty holds up. These are the hammers out of a 3/4 inch impact gun. I have a video on that was kind of cool. And here's the air chamber for that I saved. And got my dirt bike back the other day. Have a carb to put on that I might share. I got a PWK from JD Jetting that I'm really excited about, and I might unbox that and share it with you guys because Air Striker makes really nice carburetors. And I think I'm going to head out. Men caves, men caves, men caves. That's exactly right. So, before I go, I'm just going to ask you guys that, well, I won't ask you. I'll just let you know that if you're interested in the type of stuff I'm sharing with you down here, there's videos about most of the stuff. And if you subscribe, you'll see lots of interesting stuff similar to what you saw today in the future. And happy Saturday. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. It's been a while since I've done a live. So, and to the people that commented, you guys are the real winners. So, thanks for that. Made it enjoyable for me. See you later.